Hi, I'm Denise Olasala, and this is my sister,
Rosie Olsala.
We're the Olasala Sisters. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Lit Bible Study with the Olasala Sisters. So today we are reading in the Bible. We read the New International Version. We are in the New Testament, which is the second part of the Bible, starting from the book of Matthew, ending with the book of Revelation. But we are in the book of Luke, chapter 10, verses 38 to 42. And it's called At the Home of Martha and Mary. Let's get into it. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." There's a lot going on there. So yeah, when I first read this, I wasn't exactly sure, and I'm still not really sure what to make of it, if I'm being honest. Because you know how Jesus just talks a little bit you don't know. Sometimes he talks in riddles and parables, and he's not just a straight shooter sometimes. So when he's Martha, you're worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. So I'm okay, all right. But yeah, let's get into it. What did you think?
Yeah, definitely a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
So when I read it, where I went to was about the societal expectations for women. So basically, what does society expect of women? Cooking, cleaning, birthing the babies, raising the babies, all the domestic chores. And so here we have Martha, who, so she is there in the kitchen, cooking, cleaning, getting it ready for Jesus's visit. And then her sister, right? That was her sister?
Yeah.
Mary is out here with the men. I'm assuming it was the men because from what I just said, you be in the kitchen, cooking and cleaning. She's out here trying to learn about what Jesus is talking about. Mm-hmm. So then her sister, who obviously does need help, there's a lot of work to be done.
Right.
But she just wanted to go learn what Jesus is talking about. So it was just important to her to learn that, Mm-hmm. And it was just nice to see that Jesus didn't say, "Mary, going back to the kitchen." Right. He said, "You know what? I know you're worried about a lot of things." Mm-hmm. And
the cooking, the cleaning,
the
birthing of babies,
the raising of those birth babies.
Right.
But this is what she picked. And she picked the right thing, which is to sit here and learn. So she's going to stay here. Yeah. So I just appreciate that, because a lot of times they don't do that. They'll tell you, well, go back to the kitchen.
Right.
That's where you're supposed to be. So so then thinking about that, it's so long ago that expectation was there. Mm-hmm. But then thinking of it, no, it's still here.
Surprise.
It's here. So in terms of when we're younger, we'd go to functions that our parents would make us go to, parties, but they're for adults.
Family gatherings.
Yeah,
with extended family.
Yes.
And family friends.
So the women would gather in the kitchen to do the cooking, the cleaning. They weren't raising the babies at that moment, but they were cooking, they were cleaning, they were, making the party atmosphere wonderful, right. Delicious foods they were making. They were talking in the kitchen and, having a good time within themselves. But then the men would be in the other room and they just got to eat, drink, chill, watch right. TV. And they didn't have to do all these chores.
Right.
And the kids, they were running around.
Right.
So when I would look at it and I would just want to be I don't want to be in the kitchen cooking, cleaning. But then I didn't want to be over here with the men either. I just wanted to not be here at all. But the expectation was there that if you're a kid, you're doing kid things. If you're a woman, you're in the kitchen doing woman things. And then if you're a man, you're over here doing men things. But those things that we're being told that we have to do, they're not biological. You know what I mean? Like, you aren't born as a woman. Oh yes, you come out of the womb and cooking, cleaning. It's in your DNA, cooking, cleaning. No, it's society taught you that. Your parents taught you that. Your society, you know what I mean? And then we just all keep following it. And if you try and break it, so the way Mary went into where Jesus was, right away her sister, right away her sister was there to correct her. You need to be in the kitchen.
No, that's
so
true.
like, even when you try and break out of it, this is society as a whole will tell you where you're supposed to be.
Right.
So,
but Jesus intervened, and Jesus said she picked the right thing.
She picked the right thing.
Yeah, because you don't need to be listening to society or the world. Follow the word of Jesus, and you're good to go.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's a short story.
Very short.
It is adult siblings. We love an adult sibling story. And siblings that are getting along. Here they weren't. I tried to look into, like, I just looked up this Bible passage online just to see, like, what are some other people saying about it? Like, what's the context? I feel like I'm missing something here, and there were like in-depth articles about, I guess, like the different translations from like Greek and something else, and somebody else pointed out that it said a woman named Martha opened her home to him. So Martha, who's the one doing all the preparations, like, it's her house, so she's like the head of the household, and then so she should be able to tell Mary, like, hey, you need to do this work or whatever. So that's what they were focusing on, and some of the like specific wording and origins and stuff. But what I took from it was just Jesus was like, you don't have to worry about all that. Like, you're worried about the wrong things. Like, I'm here. I'm Jesus. Come sit down and talk with me. Like, we come learn from me. Come listen to me. Like, I'm not going to be here for long. Just, you don't even get what you're missing. You're too busy worried about the food and the tea and the wine and all of that. So, I think that's what I got from it. And besides that, I think that it's just a short little story. I don't know if you guys read it, what did you take from it? Because I think I really am missing something. Any final thoughts on that?
Yeah. The whole thing of Martha being the head of the household, and so that means Mary's her little sister. And then, trying to tell your younger siblings to do stuff. If you're the oldest sibling, we see each other. You know how these younger ones are.
Yes, I know. The older one always goes around bossing everybody like they're a parent. Yes.
Because we have to be the second parent.
Exactly what the third parent. Exactly what Martha.
Oh, I was putting the dad and mom in one group as a unit.
Exactly what Martha was doing, going around bossing people around, and
there's
the young
work
one
to be
was
done.
just trying to learn.
No learning in here. You need to work. There's work to be done.
But yeah, so let us know what you thought about it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching another episode of Lit Bible Study with the Olasala Sisters. Be blessed.